Everybody, Tim here with a brand new series of reviews, Raised by Wolves. Season 1, Episode 1. It's the pilot episode, also called Raised by Wolves. I don't know why they just didn't call it pilot. Whatever. Before I really start anything, this whole review series is brought to you by Aiden, a friend of mine, online friend, who basically, this dude and I, don't agree on a fucking thing. All we do is, disagree. But we're nice about it, which is why we're friends. Because so many people are like, oh, you disagree with me. You're worthless. Aiden and I literally disagree on every single thing. But we're like, hey, you like what you like. I like what I like. It's cool. Whatever. So it's kind of nice. I was not excited for this show. I watched the first trailer and I was like, okay, I get it. And then it's like Ridley Scott. And I was like, oh, here we go. And I was like, I know what this is going to be. I know exactly what this is going to be. And sure enough, it is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So, I don't know, the first 3 episodes all came out in the exact same day, and part of me is like, you know what, why don't I just review all 3 of them? But that would be, why, just milk it, get it for what it's worth. So, just going to do episode by episode. I know I'm already kind of late on the game because episodes 4 and 5 come out very soon. They'll probably already be out by the time I post this, but whatever. And it's just but whatever. I mean, most of this week has been taken up by the boys because I'm more excited for that. So I like Ridley Scott. I think he is a good director, but like a lot of directors, I feel like as he's gaining popularity, his filmmaking style changes. And not necessarily for the better, not necessarily for the worst, but it just kind of changes. And realistically, you could look at just about any director, and that's how they do things. Tim Burton is a great example. Look at some of his past stuff, like Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice, and then look at Dark Shadows and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It changes. I mean, some of it is they're trying to keep up with modern time, and then some of it could be that they've always wanted to do these types of stories, but were held back. Whatever. It is what it is. A lot like Zack Snyder could also be a good example. Look at some of his early stuff, Dawn of the Dead, The Watchmen, 300, and then look at Justice League. So, I don't know, I could probably just keep coming up with examples. Darren Aronofsky is a good one. Stuff like that. Anyways, looking at Ridley Scott, I love the first Alien movie. It is what it is. It's going to be impossible to talk about this series without talking about the Alien movie, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. One of the things I like about the Alien franchise is how if you look at just the anthology, every movie is so radically different. Why? Because they're all different directors. Arguably the best 2, Alien and Aliens, is Ridley Scott and James Cameron. And which is another example. Look at his early stuff. Look at what he's doing now. So you got that in a nutshell. Then all these years go by. Literally, it seems like every couple of months they talk about we're gonna do another Alien movie. Sometimes that's true. They had talked after Alien Resurrection came out. I'm just going to say right now, you guys can turn off this review if you want. I don't care. I love Alien Resurrection. I think it's fantastic. So anyways, as soon as that came out, they're like, we're going to do a 5th one. Okay, fine. Do whatever. You do you, boo-boo. And then nothing happens. You get people like me who are super skeptical, and they're like, yeah, whatever. They're never going to do it. Boom. Alien versus Predator out of left field. Okay, you got me. We're going to do another one. Okay, that time I believe you, and guess what? We got Alien vs. Predator 2 right away. And then, like I said, we're going to do another one. Michael Bihn's coming back. No, he's not. Sigourney Weaver's coming back. No, she's not. This is going to happen. It's nothing but rumors. And then sure enough, boom, Prometheus out of left field. That's the thing, is you get a lot of these fanboys, and they're literally every other month, there's an Alien movie in production. No, there's not. Fucking stop it. And then suddenly there actually is one. And they're like, see, I told you. No, yeah, but they've been saying it for 20 years. So congratulations, you were finally right. So stuff like that. All of that being said, Prometheus came out. I liked it. I didn't mind it. A lot of people, it seemed like, at least the people I talked to, didn't like it. It was what it was, I guess, is the best way to say it. It had good acting, it had an interesting storytelling, but it was like dark and edgy just for that sake. It was, to me, it felt like Ridley Scott was just like, look what I can do. I have all this money. I have more money than God. Look what I can do. And it didn't work for me. Like, that's what I liked about Aliens specifically, and even Aliens, and they were tight. Like, they were very finite, point A, point B, no mystery, just get it done, get it over with. Most people today, Alien is not even a horror movie, it's like a sci-fi thriller. Because horror has changed over the years. And if you don't believe me, watch Scream or watch Cabin in the Woods. So we get that. So Prometheus did kind of fall in that like thriller, but it was nothing but questions with no answers. And then finally, as we keep going, and it's like shoehorned into the Alien franchise. Like, it has nothing to do with the Alien movies. And it's like, oh, I'm going to make this work. We got the builders. We got this. We got Charlize Theron. And it's okay, like, how can we force this movie into the Alien franchise? It didn't need it. It really, really didn't need it. Like, if it had nothing to do with Alien, it was just completely standalone. Like, even then, if you watch Prometheus, you've never seen an Alien movie in your life. You watch Prometheus, you're like, okay. And then you watch Alien, you're like, that's the same fucking thing. Like, it's the cinematography, everything's like the exact same. So it's like, oh, okay. It's just bigger budget. So already, I'm like, I don't hate it. It was an enjoyable movie, but it just, like, it felt like it didn't have a purpose. Like, I was like, why is that? Other than to be like, God is an alien. Like, that's it. That's all I got out of the whole movie. Which, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it just went right over my head. That's the thing about me. All I do is fucking drink and watch movies. That's why I make these reviews. It's because 9 times out of 10, I don't even fucking remember what I thought. People are like, what'd you think? I was like, I don't know. Let me watch my own review. And literally that's happened. I was like, I don't even remember watching that. And then I watched the review and I'm like, oh, I loved it. I don't remember, but I loved it. So anyways, so that was Prometheus. Again, another one. Finally there was. It's like, okay, you got another one. Good job. Alien Covenant came out. Big fucking deal. I don't know. Maybe I'll actually do reviews for all of these. Who knows? Because I saw Alien Covenant one time in theater. Again, don't really remember. What I do remember is thinking very vividly. I remember thinking, this is literally an Alien remake, almost shot for shot, but with Prometheus characters. Why I thought that, I don't know. But for whatever reason, in the recess in my mind palace, like, that's what I remember thinking. I could be wrong, but I remember just thinking, like, this movie is fucking pointless. Like, nothing is being added. It just goes on forever. I remember the big twist about, like, David and shit, and I was like, who the fuck cares? Like, everybody saw that coming. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So I watched the trailer for Raised by Wolves, and I sat here. I was not here. This is my studio. I was in my living room with my good TV, and I was like, this is Prometheus, the TV show, isn't it? Like, that's all this fucking is. It really is. It's just Prometheus as a TV show. Like I said, I don't know. Most people probably turn this off because they're like, you're wrong. Because, I don't know. I try not to get sucked into the hype. Because that's the thing. Like, so many shows these days are just like, Picard's coming back and it's Patrick Stewart. And they're like, I love it. I don't fucking care if it's just him sitting on the toilet for 8 episodes. I love it because it's Patrick Stewart. No, there's got to be a plot. I feel like so many people just saw Ridley Scott's doing something weird in space. And they're like, I love it. Like, watching the first episode, I was like, what the fuck's happening? And again, like, granted, this is its own thing. But I guarantee you, if it gets picked up for season 2, season 3, season 4, who the fuck knows, at some point, they're going to be like, hey, guess what? It's part of the Alien universe. Because it so is. And I realized Ridley Scott didn't actually create it. He just, like, helped produce it and, like, fix some stuff. But the original screenplay is somebody else. But, like, as soon as we start and they're like, it's mother and father, I was like, fuck off. Like, I could deal with it, but I was like, oh, look at that. It's mother and father. Just like the computers from Alien and Alien Resurrection. I was like, okay. Which I always think of Alien Resurrection, where it's like, Father, where are you? And then Winona Ryder's like, Father's dead, asshole. So, I don't know. I'm hoping I get that line out of this, but whatever. The whole dead baby thing, I just got this weird, like, 101 Dalmatians vibe, where, like, he's, like, massaging the baby, but I was like, whatever. The bones, okay, so it's, like, weird little dinosaur bones. I got it. Whatever. So Mother, and then all these kids die. By the way, nothing but spoilers. So if you haven't watched this and you're like, I don't know, I'm going to spoil everything, because I don't give a fuck about this show. So anyways, so all the kids die, except for Campion, which I do like that name. It's a good name. And then as soon as Mother, like, starts to get the nosebleed, I think it's Mother that gets the nosebleed, and it's the white blood, I was like, fuck. Like, it's Ash, Bishop, and Call all over again. Like, what's happening? So, again, I was like, boop, we're in the Alien universe. Whatever. It starts to get a little interesting once we see, like, Mother can, like, change her physical parameters. And I was like, okay, she's a little bit more advanced than them. Because realistically, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Let's see. The whole, like, when she starts to transform, to me, she looks like the android from Metropolis. Which, if you don't even have to watch, I love it. It came out in like 27, I think. It's like a 3-hour silent film. It's really well done. It's very, very good. Ahead of its time. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But if you don't want to watch it, just look up the cover. Just look up, like, Metropolis poster. That's who Mother looks like to me. And I was like, okay, so now you're just ripping off other robot movies. Whatever. Earth's destroyed. Whatever, I'm fine. When Mother killing Father was a shock, I'll admit that, like, that one got me. And then once it takes the whole, like, Christianity twist, I was like, not expecting it. It's interesting. Atheists, believers, the Ark, which as a Transformers fan, I was like, ooh, it's the Ark. But I was like, oh wait, Noah's Ark, not like the Autobot Ark. Got it, whatever. We see the cleric and 2 warriors and an android. And as soon as he's like, it's an android, I was like, that looks like Ash Bishop. Like, got it. Like, I don't know what the fuck Mother is. Father is very similar, but, like, clearly, okay, now I feel like we're in the Alien universe again. Mother killing everybody, and her doing the Banshee call, just blowing people the fuck up. I was like, interesting. Like, it's weird, it's dark, it's edgy. Why is this even happening? The ripping off the eyelid made me cringe. I don't do eyes. It's gonna make me water just talking about it. I don't do eyes, so whatever. And then, like, the children kidnapping the children. Now we got new children. Because that was the thing. I was, like, watching the first episode, and I was like, in the trailer, I thought there were more kids. Like, how did they all die? But they're all in the trailer. Like, I was very confused for a second. I was like, oh, fuck, there's more kids. And sure enough, she kidnaps all the kids. So, I don't know. A lot of shit goes down in this first episode. I skimmed over a lot. I boiled the fuck out of the plot. So, kind of bear with me, because, I mean, that's what I do. I drink and I boil stuff. That doesn't sound right. Whatever. But I'm going to struggle. I think this is, like 10 episodes? I'm probably going to bitch every 10. But y'all can just blame Aiden for that, because he's the one who wanted me to do these. But overall, I am curious what people are thinking about it. And that's the thing, as I already know I'm going to be in the minority. Everybody's going to be like, it's fucking genius! Is it? Like, anybody who's seen an Alien and Prometheus could have written this story. Like, it's not wowing me. Just because you got money doesn't mean it's genius. I'm sorry. But, I don't know. I am willing to give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I'm right and I'm miserable the whole time. Best case scenario, I'm wrong. And within a couple episodes, it gets better. So, here we go. Here's the first review. Hopefully, it gets better. I'm not expecting it to, but hopefully it does. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time for Pentagram.